Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone, or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, one website, SummitCitySports.com. Live stream high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne area athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics. The industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
With active science, just the overall objective of having better physical activity along with gaining knowledge and wisdom, it aligns with everything I stand for, with clear-eye view and having a determined belief, earned dreams and a focused vision.
So I got Grace the Magnificent here with me. So we're gonna go through a little activity. What I want you to do is try to get past me, NFL linebacker. You get past me, I'll do 10 jumping jacks. But if I tag you, then you do 10 jumping jacks, and then we'll flip it around and see if I can get past you, all right?
All right.
All right. Blue 42. Oh. Two. Count it out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
While the expansion of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is enhancing the experience for athletes around the area, Parkview Sports Medicine is doing the same inside of the expansion, introducing the brand new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, providing immediate access to the entire PSM team for athletes all around the region.
We have this team that we can take care of them from the moment they come in, present with their injury, take them all the way through to the point where they're ready to be back to the performance level that they came in pre-injury. We can provide just about anything that any of your walk-in clinics provide, but we definitely focus on musculoskeletal issues.
The Ortho Express Clinic meets athletes where they're at and when they're playing. The entire PSM team will be at an athlete's fingertips. Additionally, the clinic houses the region's only DEXA body composition assessment and a sports dietitian who can work with athletes on their dietary needs.
Some athletes, it might be a difference in their starting position. You know, they might see a number and say, wow, you know, I had no idea that was my body composition. How can I change this? And sometimes just seeing numbers is more motivating than just talking about, you know, maybe their calorie amount that they're taking in.
The advantage to having an Ortho Express clinic is the diversity of the hours. So people who have non-traditional work schedules should be able to get in. I think having athlete access on the athletic trainer side in the trenches, so to speak, and having them be able to get a hold of us or maybe send us a note and saying, hey, this patient's coming in, this is what I'm worried about, and gives us a heads up.
Whether it's the use of treatment tables, the radiology room, cold whirlpool tank, or the traditional exam room, the Ortho Express Clinic gives patients a seamless experience all under one roof.
This is the type of facility you see in professional and high-level Division I athletics where you have everything right in one place. So if an athlete gets hurt playing basketball or volleyball on the other side, within the same facility they can get their physical therapy or an x-ray if needed just to rule out a fracture. That's stuff you hear about in the NFL, stuff you hear about at high-level colleges where kids just went downstairs and got an x-ray at halftime. We can actually do that in-house now. So it makes us kind of a state-of-the-art, unique facility.
Pilates therapy is using the Pilates technique in a therapeutic way. Pilates itself is just using, we would use equipment, Pilates equipment, to work on precise movement patterns in the Pilates method in that rehabilitation process. The benefit of doing Pilates with the therapy, the biggest benefit is to work on smaller muscle groups and precise movement patterns that you're going to get with using the Pilates method. In this method, if you just come in with low back pain, or you have some shoulder pain, or you have some other pains that aren't surgically repaired, the Pilates method is very effective in utilizing those smaller muscle groups that are attached from the core into the shoulders or to the hips to strengthen from the inside out. It very much works posture. In this day and age, posture is a huge thing with people, sitting at desks, keeping the head forward.
Anybody can benefit from Pilates. Definitely athletes, performers, dancers, gymnasts, but also people, chronic pain, back pain, shoulder pain, teenagers, even women going through pregnancy or postpartum can also benefit from Pilates.
Pilates is for everyone, and including men, especially men. Men get tight as they age, decreasing flexibility in the hamstrings, in their spine. Now you have many professional athletes doing Pilates, LeBron James, Jake Arrieta, Antonio Brown, and they're finding the benefits of getting the elongation of the muscles and the strengthening and the balance and the control that helps them during their sport. And we are the only clinic in Fort Wayne that services both physical therapy and Pilates at the same time, that you can get a Pilates-based rehabilitation.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Hutzel Athletic Center for today's Crossroads League Tournament semifinal matchup between the number 6 seed Mount Vernon Nazarene Cougars out of Mount Vernon, Ohio. They stunned Bethel College this past Wednesday night to make it to the semifinal round. Mount Vernon Naz winning it 80-76. University of St. Francis, the number 8 ranked team in the country, handled Spring Arbor University 93-83, beating the Michigan Cougars for the 3rd time this season. The two teams combined to make 18 of 22 three-pointers in the first half of that matchup, but St. Francis used a 17-0 run at the end of the first half, beginning of the second half, to take control of that game to beat Spring Arbor. Folks, we're going to read from our game day program put together by Sports Information Director Bill Scott. It reads, surprise, 6th seed Mount Vernon Naz stuns Bethel for return to USF. February Frenzy got off to a great start in the Crossroads League Tournament quarterfinals. That's why number 6 seed Mount Vernon Nazarene University is here today to play NAIA number 8 ranked Crossroads League Tournament number 2 seed University of St. Francis in one Crossroads League Tournament semifinal game. MVNU won 80-76 at number 3 seed Bethel College on Wednesday, behind 39 points from Jevin Knox off the bench. MVNU swept BC this season, including 77-73 and 75-73 during the regular season. Knox has scored 6 and 8 points against USF on the season. The MVNU win was its first in Crossroads League tournament play since February the 25th, 2015, when it won at number 21 Grace 92-86. USF is playing in its 4th consecutive Crossroads League tournament semifinal. USF lost to Indiana Wesleyan in the 2017 Crossroads League tournament semifinal 73-70 on a shot at the buzzer. USF is 22-21 in Crossroads League tournament play, 20-8 in NAIA championship play, 2-4 in NAIA district tournament games, and 44-33 overall in all postseason play. USF eliminated Mount Vernon Naz 68-56 in the 2017 Crossroads League tournament quarterfinal game, the first Crossroads League tournament meeting between the two teams. Bryce Linnup and Derek Heinen scored 21 apiece, and Chandler White produced a double-double in USF's 93-83 win in the opener against Spring Arbor University. Knox 39 points is the most in conference tournament play since Bruce Grimm Jr. scored 35 against USF on February the 28th, 2012. It might just be a Crossroads League tournament single game record. That is Knox's 39 points that he scored against Bethel College. Looking at Knox's stat line, he was 13 of 18 from the field, 7 of 9 from beyond the arc, and 6 of 7 from the free throw line. He had 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 2 fouls, and played in 35 minutes for his 39 points against Bethel College. Bethel in that game was led by Foreman, the junior, who had 19 points. Foreman and Gay Jott, a very talented duo there, maybe one of the better post duos in the Crossroads League, but they could not come up with the victory hosting Mount Vernon Naz. So Mount Vernon Naz beats Bethel in all 3 games on the season. St. Francis entering today has beaten Mount Vernon Naz in its first 2 contests of the year. The first one was at Mount Vernon back on January the 6th, St. Francis winning it 86-70. And then here at the Hut, Mount Vernon Naz was receiving votes, ranked at number 33, and St. Francis winning it 77-70. Looking at the Ohio Cougars, they lost their last regular season game on the season a week ago at Huntington, 95-87. Before that, though, 2 very impressive wins, 75-73 over Bethel at home and 83-81 at home against Indiana Wesleyan. Of course, Huntington University had the huge 102-91 upset at Marion to advance to the semifinal round. They will be taking on Indiana Wesleyan Wesleyan themselves had a huge win as they beat Taylor University at home 102-78. Back to Huntington though. Before the win against Marion, they finished off the regular season with a 102-99 overtime victory at Taylor, and then at home beating Mount Vernon Naz. They also had a 97-77 win at home against St. Francis. So that loss for St. Francis, the Cougars losing 3 out of the last 5 games. The loss against Huntington, and then at home against Indiana Wesleyan, went on the road and beat Grace 99-81. Then a week ago, lost at Bethel 76-68 before the big victory over a hot shooting Spring Arbor team. In that game, once again, Derek Heinen with 21 points, Bryce Linnup with 21 points. Bryce 10 of 12 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Bryce has increased his field goal percentage to 61% on the season, which now ranks him number 15 in the country. He's averaging 3 offensive rebounds per game, which ranks him number 2 in the country, or excuse me, number 22 in the country. Averaging 5.5 defensive rebounds per game. His 241 total rebounds ranks him number 31 in the country. He's ranked number 48, averaging 7.8 rebounds per game, and his 17.7 points per game average has him right at number 50 with the top 50 scorers on the season in NAIA play. Bryce Linnup, a 2-time All-American and the Crossroads League preseason Player of the Year. It's looking like Bryce will hold on to that honor right there as being the Crossroads League Player of the Year. The voting will come out here shortly for the Crossroads League Awards. Evan Henry, all season long, folks, has been ranked in the top 5 in assist to turnover ratio. He is currently at number 5. He dropped a few spots from number 3 at a 3.333 assist to turnover ratio. Evan Henry does lead St. Francis in minutes played, regarded as the best defender on the team, averaging 34.3 minutes played. Right behind him is the super senior Derek Heinen, averaging 33.3 minutes played per game. St. Francis getting strong play from Bryce Linnup, and his partner in crime is Stephen Turner. He's averaging 13.6 minutes played per game. Stephen has really picked up his play on the floor as of late. He's shooting 62% from the field, 1 of 2 from beyond the arc, and shooting 78% from the free throw line, while averaging 2.7 rebounds per game. He's got 7 blocks on the season. Once again, let's go back to Jevin Knox for Mount Vernon Naz. This is a guy to look out for. He's only a freshman, and he does not start for MVNU. That being said, he played in 35 minutes in the Bethel game. So once a game gets going, Knox goes in, and he does not sit. Now that being said, first 2 times out against St. Francis, not the best for Mr. Knox. Back on January the 6th, Jevin Knox was 3 of 5 from the field with 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 turnovers, and that's in 30 minutes played. His second time against St. Francis, Knox with 8 points was 4 of 8 from the field and 0 of 1 from beyond the arc. So not taking a whole lot of 3-pointers against the Cougars, as Evan Henry will have the lockdown defense on Jevin Knox. Evan always pretty much guarding the best scorer for the opposing team. Henry, one of 4 talented seniors for the University of St. Francis this year. Henry is a 6 foot 1 inch, 175-pound guard from Columbus, Indiana, Columbus North High School. Bryce Linnup's from Columbus, Indiana, Columbus East High School. Stephen Turner from Accordsville, Indiana, Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon, they just hired Coach Kirshner, who's the reigning state champion Class 6A state champion coach for Ben Davis, left Ben Davis and went to Mount Vernon to become their football coach. That's Stephen Turner. And Derek Heinens from Columbia City, Indiana, Columbia City High School, a transfer from Huntington University before joining your Cougars. Heinen earlier this year hit the game-winning buzzer beater here at the Hut against Marion in a double overtime victory against the Knights, 98-97. Derek won the top play in ESPN's top 10. Once again, a great start to the Crossroads League tournament. Mount Vernon Naz with the 80-76 win against Bethel. They pretty much had like a 2-point lead throughout that game. Bethel did take over the lead in the second half, but it just wasn't enough. St. Francis 93-83, a 10-point victory. Huntington 102-91 over Marion. And once again, Indiana Wesleyan 102-78 over Taylor. Wesleyan is hosting Huntington University today. Now, if Huntington can pull off the upset, St. Francis will host the Crossroads League Championship this Tuesday, 7 p.m. at the Hut. If Indiana Wesleyan, as expected, wins this game, then we will head to Lucky Arena in Marion, Indiana for the Crossroads League Championship against the Wildcats. On the season, Indiana Wesleyan lost to Huntington 87-84 back on December the 2nd. But in the second matchup, Wesleyan won it 100-73 at home. So we'll see which Wildcat team decides to show up. The Indiana Wesleyan's last loss came against Mount Vernon Naz 83-81. That being said, Wesleyan has won 8 out of its last 9 games. So they are rolling with the big man, Evan Maxwell, and what I expect to be the Crossroads League Freshman of the Year, Kyle Mangus out of Warsaw, Indiana. Mangus in the first matchup against St. Francis scored 40 points, leading the Wildcats to an 89-82 overtime victory against St. Francis. Your Cougars are coached by head coach Chad Lacrosse, who's in his 8th season with the team. Assistant coaches are Luke Cummings, Jeremy Henning, Todd Martin, Jeff Dollins, and Zach Welklin. Manager is Akeem Kelsall. Looking at Mount Vernon Nazarene University, their head coach is Jared Renine, his 4th season with Mount Vernon Naz, and he has really turned that program around. It's interesting to note here that Mount Vernon Naz has never beaten St. Francis here at the Hut since it joined the Crossroads League. But just real quick, we'll go back to the assistant coaches are Anthony Fairhurst, Matt Bradley, Jason Renai, Deontay Cole, who played for Mount Vernon Naz last year, and Will Smith. The assistant coaches for MVNU. Some more notes here by Bill Scott. It says 5. St. Francis is 5-0 at the Hut against Mount Vernon Naz since MVNU joined the league starting in the 2011-2012 season. 6. USF wins in Crossroads League tournament semifinals. The Cougars are 6-7 in conference semifinal games, and that includes the Mid-College Conference and Crossroads League. MCC was the conference that all the Crossroads League teams played in before it was changed over. 21.7. That is Bryce Linnup's scoring average in the Cougars' last 3 games. Once again, Knox scoring 39 points in that win against Bethel. And we're thinking that's one of the top single game player totals in Crossroads League tournament history. 4. 24 wins in a season, ranks number 4 on USF's list in most wins in a single season. Of course, it was just 2 years ago when St. Francis broke the record for wins in a season in the program's history. And that was the magical season that just fell short in the NAIA championship game when St. Francis lost to Indiana Wesleyan. That was, well, that started 6 consecutive victories for Indiana Wesleyan over St. Francis. So we're going to send it down now to our PA announcer for the starting lineups, and we'll have the national anthem for today's game. And of course, during that 2015-16 season, the Cougars rattling off 33 victories.
Well, Lord, we thank you for all you've given us and given to this day as athletes, coaches, officials, and fans. Keep us all safe today, free from harm and injury. Help us to love and respect each other and ourselves. And in the words of St. Francis, and light in the darkness of our minds and our hearts, give us a right faith and firm hope and a perfect charity, so that we may always and in all things act accordingly to your holy will. Amen. Please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem by the Cougar Marching Pride.
And there we have it, folks, starting lineups for today's big matchup. This is the 16th overall meeting between the two schools. USF leads the series 14 wins to 1. Coach Lacrosse, all 14 of those wins under his guidance. Jared Renai is 1-8 now against USF. In the last 10 meetings, USF 9-1. And we are currently on a 3-game win streak against MVNU. The first meeting in the series came back on January the 7th, 2012. St. Francis winning it 79-56. In the center circle there, we have number 22, Jeremiah Roberts, along with Bryce Linup. Bryce Linup He is a true center for the Cougars at 6'6", 220 pounds. Folks, trust me when I tell you are not going to find a better finisher standing at 6'6", 220 down the block. As the three-pointer is up and in for Chandler White, getting the scoring started right away for the Cougs. Chandler White, a double-double last time out against Spring Arbor. Cougars taking the 3-0 lead. That's Heinen with the defense on Jacob Paul, sophomore guard at 5'9", 175. Number 2 is Joe Schmitz as Roberts finds Paul. Paul feeding down low. Strong take there by Jordy Moss, but good defense as Bryce Linup was straight up. And we got a foul going to go against number 33. That's a push on Moss. That'll be his first, team's first. Checking into the game, it's going to be Austin Jones, number 15. So Moss is going to take a short breather here on the bench. He's a junior center, 7 foot, 260 pounds from Barcelona, Spain. Heinen finds Connor Latzenheiser on the far wing. Evan Henry, once again, Evan Henry all season long, one of the top players in the country in assist to turnover ratio, currently ranked number 5 in the country. Also one of the best defenders in the country. Linup now top of the key, 9 seconds on the shot clock as the handoff goes to Heinen, rises up from 13, no good off the heel. Roberts with the board. Roberts pushing it, is going to go over to Brett Vipperman. Brett Vipperman last year really broke onto the scene here for MVNU. He is a junior at 6'5", 205 from Ashland, Ohio. Nice bounce pass as Paul cannot finish, the sophomore guard. White over to Latzenheiser. Connor can hit the tray all day. Connor entering today a 33% shooter from beyond the arc. Got tied up with a nice lead for Linup. Reverse lands, no good. Vipperman comes up with the board. Now it's Schmitz, a senior guard at 6 foot, 195. He's from Carroll, Ohio, went to Bloom Carroll High School. Jones takes the feed down the block. Linup with the defense, left-handed hook shots, no good. Bryce, big, strong presence down there in the low post. Linup left all alone. Good bounce pass into White, finds Latzenheiser here on the near wing. Chandler driving from the corner, nice find to Linup. Bryce, his first bucket of the game. What a beautiful assist there by Chandler White. Chandler White's game has been very, very impressive coming into his own this year. He is the team's 3rd leading scorer, averaging 12.6 points per game. Vipperman's going to head to the free throw line. This a foul going to be called on number 34, Derek Heinen. Vipperman, the team's 2nd leading scorer, averaging 12.7 points per game, does shoot 76% from the free throw line, 78 of 103. Checking into the game now, folks, is number 3, Jevin Knox. Jevin Knox, a freshman guard, 6'2", 165 from Marysville, Ohio. Marysville High School. Vipperman sinks them both to put MVNU on the board here at 5-2. Heinen's being guarded by Roberts. Knox with the defense on Henry. Latzenheiser wide open, triple try, no good. Jones with the board. Vipperman pushing it for MVNU. Knox has Roberts out of the corner. Vipperman goes up top to Paul. 16:40 left to play here in the first half as the baseline jumper does rim in for Austin Jones. So back-to-back buckets for MVNU, pulls them to within 1. Austin Jones averages 13.3 minutes played per game and 5.8 points per game. Heinen kicks out. Back to Derek. Jeremiah Roberts stands 6'6". Heinen reverse lane is good, so another beautiful find there. That time Bryce Linup with the assist. 3-point advantage for St. Francis. Knox has yet to get a shot off. He's been into the game for about a minute. That pass is stolen by, nice bounce pass by Linup, but it's going to result in a turnover. Bryce was looking for the kick from Knox. The officials did not see it, so at 15:52, we have our first officials timeout. You're watching Cougar Basketball, brought to you by Fort Financial Credit Union.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.
Welcome back to the Hutzel Athletic Center, everyone. 7-4 is your score. Winner of this game advances to the Crossroads League Tournament Championship to take on the winner of Indiana Wesleyan and Huntington. And it's the Foresters who lead it 6-5 with 17:19 left to play at Lucky Arena in Marion, Indiana. And Vernon whistle there as Jacob Paul brings up the ball for MVNU. Paul working off that pick by Jones. Good defense by Heinen as Vipperman hits the triple. Vipperman now has 5 points. That's the first 3-pointer made for MVNU in this game. We are tied at 7. Lotzenheiser walled off by Paul. Lotzenheiser too strong for Paul down on the block. Finishes and will look to convert the and one. Big shout out to the Central Noble girls basketball team as they just won a state championship. Coach Jason Ridge for the Lady Cougars was in attendance cheering on the Central Noble team. So once again, a big shout out to them as they just won the state championship. So Lotzenheiser cannot finish. Score is 7-9. 3-pointer off the mark, rebounded by White. Paul. Heinen. That's Heinen's signature move, drawing contact down on the block, hanging in the air and finishing. At that time, it was Bryce Linup with the putback, and he is fouled. Foul goes against Austin Jones, number 15, his first, team's third. Bryce entering today is 69% free throw shooter, hitting 120 of 173 on the season. It's the first. Moss checks back into the game. He's in for Jones. Austin Compton going to check in for Lotzenheiser. They had a 6-man award in the Crossroads League. You got to believe it'd go to Jevin Knox, the freshman. Now Kyle Mangus, the freshman from Indiana Wesleyan, does start for the Wildcats as Stephen Turner is going to check in for Linup. Bryce now with 4 points in this one as the Cougars take the 11-point advantage. Paul's being guarded by Compton. Down low to Moss. Moss had it knocked away by Turner. He's able to corral it. Vipperman found a little seam. It's his own rebound. And Vipperman looks like he stepped on the baseline. Turnover by MVNU. the second turnover of the game for Mount Vernon as they are shooting 29% from the field currently on 2 of 7 shooting. St. Francis 4 of 8. Roberts with the defense on Heinen. Good pick by Stephen Turner as he rolls down to the block. Compton looked at the triple. This is where Compton's dangerous right there. He'll just sneakily dribble around the low post before he finds a seam and goes straight to the cup. Traveling going to be called on Derek. So that's the first turnover of the game for St. Francis. .55 left to play here in the first. This is the Crossroads League Tournament semifinal game. Nice hand in the lane there by Chandler White as he dives into the bleachers. That's great hustle by number 10. He's able to anticipate that pass. Just couldn't get enough of his hand on it to keep the ball in play. Inbound goes back to Jacob Paul. Paul averages 32.3 minutes played per game and 10 points per game. His 101 assists on the season leads MVNU, but Derek Heinen's 112 assists on the season is the most of any player in this game. Another turnover by Mount Vernon Nabs. Fabulous freshman Hunter Hollowell about to check in. He's a sharpshooter, folks. Hunter averages 13.3 minutes played and 5.1 points per game. He's shooting 42% from beyond the arc, hitting 36 of 85, and 48% from the field, hitting 55 of 114. Last year he played for Huntington North High School, the Vikings. Hollowell finds Compton here on the near wing. Evan Henry rises up, top of the key, no good. That one halfway down, popped out. Paul over the timeline. Stephen Turner, nice quick hands there by Stephen. Paul was able to corral it. Left hand, that's Jordy Moss. Jordy Moss from Barcelona, Spain. He is tall. Likes the hook shot. 2-point advantage for St. Francis. Down on the floor, it is a foul called on 33. So Moss now with 2 fouls. He hasn't played many minutes, but he does have 2 fouls. And we got 12:53 left to play in the first half. Never an easy task for the opposing bigs when they have to match up against Bryce Linnup. Of course, this past Wednesday, it was Paul Marindet. As Chandler White goes off glass, that's a man move for Chandler White. Paul Marindet had fouled out with about 5 minutes left to play this past Wednesday. Had a good performance. Marindet can hit the triple. The 6'9", about 170-pounder. As Austin Compton comes up with the steal, and the scoop shot's no good. But a foul going to be called against Vipperman. That's what Austin Compton does for you. You can't count him out of anything. Austin Compton's motor it idles at about 120%. So Compton's at the free throw line to shoot 2. He's a 53% free throw shooter, hitting 16 of 30, but knocks that one down. 14-9. West Davenport, Cougar manager, getting the floor taken care of as Compton hits them both. 15-9 now your score. Schmitz has yet to score in this one. Actually, Vipperman has 5 of the 9 for MVNU. Only 3 players have scored for the Ohio Cougars. Foul's going to go against number 42, Hunter Hollowell. His first, team second. MVNU currently with 5 team fouls. Knox. Hard for Knox to score with Evan Henry. Ooh! Nice help defense there by Linnup. got a hand on it, but I believe the foul is going to go against number 31, Compton, his first, team's third. Bryce looking explosive there. Charging to the block for the block. The swat. Vipperman's a perfect 2 of 2, make it 3 of 3. Vipperman now with 6 points. His team with 10. Second's good as well. 15-11 is your score as Compton brings it over the timeline. It's Jones with the defense as Chandler White rises up, misses wide right. Paul pushing it for MVNU. Knox, quick first step, gets it off glass. Just a 2-point advantage currently for St. Francis. Last 4 points, all by MVNU. Compton takes it on the far wing, Paul with the defense. Man-to-man defense being played here by MVNU as Schmitz is running all over the place, keeping up with Evan Henry. Henry wide open for 3, knocks it down. Look at that quick release. Evan Henry, his first triple of the game. He is the program's all-time leader in 3-point shots made. That's Evan Henry. Knox rises up inside the arc, no good. Rebounded by Linna. Evan Henry, such a quick release, giving his team a 5-point cushion. Jones guarding Linna. Bryce looking for White, but I believe Jones got a hand on it, so steal for MVNU. Paul weaving his way through the traffic, rises up, top of the key, no good. Hollowell grabs the board with 4 Cougars around him. St. Francis Cougars, that is. And turnover by Linnup. You just never see that. I'm not sure if Vipperman got a hand on it. Henry was pleading with the official. Roberts checking back in for MVNU. Schmidt's going to take a breather, and Jones. Also in for MVNU's number 21, Alex Johnson, freshman forward, 6'5", 230. This is a big lineup here for Mount Vernon. I guess not with Moss on the bench. But Stephen Turner set to check in for St. Francis. Vipperman, far wing. Johnson, down low. Trying to back down Bryce. Drew the contact, got a little bit of separation. It's all he needed for the hook shot. 18-15. Henry for 3, left short. Roberts with the board. That was Paul rising up. No good. Rebounded by Heiner. Johnson had a hand on it, just couldn't grab it for the freshman forward. Johnson's from Cincinnati, Ohio, Little Miami High School. Nice finish for Bryce Linnup. Johnson going to be called with the foul. So Bryce heads back to the free throw line, where he's 2 of 2. Lotzenheiser is going to check in for Hunter Hollowell. Next year, Hunter Hollowell definitely going to be called upon to score often. Chandler White will be the senior next year as Linnup converts the 3-point play. It's a 6-point advantage now. St. Francis juniors are James Mayberry, Chandler White, Michael Logan, Billy Doslak. This will be your 4 seniors next year. Michael Logan, of course, his father is the athletic director at North Central High School in Indianapolis. Michael actually came to St. Francis as a scholarship quarterback for the football team. His senior year at North Central, he led the MIC in all-purpose yards. I should say dual threat yards, passing and running. Johnson now has 4 points. He can score. Johnson has the last 2 buckets for MVNU. and he's only played in about 2 minutes so far in this game. 8:55 left to play in the game. We got 13 on the shot clock. Compton, this is where that reverse comes in. I think Johnson may have got a hand on that one as Roberts tracks down the rebound. Vipperman with the right hand dribble drives, have it stolen by Compton. Compton one-on-one with Knox and finishes. Draws the foul. Give him one more. He's heading to the free throw line. Let's go, Austin Compton. That's what Compton does all day, day. Compton, the sophomore, went mano-a-mano with Jevin Knox and won. 23-17. Three-point plays good. Knox. Paul to Johnson. Johnson's got the last 2 buckets for MVNU. Not anymore. Roberts for 3. Now going the other way. Ooh, Stephen Turner hit the floor. Good quick hands by Lotzenheiser, and the official needed help and got the right call. So our second media timeout here at 7:58. You're watching Cougar Basketball, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.
Welcome back, everyone. Cougars lead it 24-20 over the Ohio Cougars. Indiana Wesleyan starting to pull away from Huntington, up 24-14, led by Mangus's 5 points. Okafor has 3 rebounds and 3 assists. Michael Bush leads Huntington with 5 points and 5 assists, as Aarons has 4 rebounds to lead Huntington. That's enough of that. Lotzenheiser out of the corner. Three-pointer, Compton, no good, as it's tipped out of bounds. Possession's going to stay with MVNU, and they got 30 on the shot clock. Bryce fighting through all kinds of contact. Johnson was there, but it's not enough for the 2-time All-American. Bryce lit up. 26-20 is your score. Roberts, last time out, hit a triple. That one's no good. That was last touched by Heinen off the ricochet. So checking back in is going to be Paul, the point guard, in for Roberts. Johnson, you're big on the floor for MVNU. Both he and Bryce stand 6'6". Paul's being guarded by Compton. 7 minutes remaining here in the first half. Johnson with the travel. White checking back in for Compton. Henry finds Linup down low, double teamed. Lotzenheiser back down to Bryce. Beautiful spin move. A lot of congestion down there on the block as Johnson comes out with it. Now the contact. Coach across pleading with the officials as Linup's going to pick up his first and the team's fourth. Towards the end of the season, once again, St. Francis has lost 3 out of its last 5. But obviously won the last time out against Spring Arbor. In those games when Bryce gets in foul trouble is usually when St. Francis is most vulnerable. Jones top of the key, finds Vipperman down low. Vipperman being guarded by Henry, goes up the left. Good strong take by Vipperman. He now has 9 to lead MVNU. That ties him with Linup for a game high. White. Jones with the defense on Linup. Wide open, Heinen for 3. A little bit of hesitation there on the shot. Might have been enough to just make it off the mark. Schmitz. Knox left-hand take. You see his double team sandwiched by Henry and Linup, the Columbus connection. Vipperman. That's your score for MVNU as he pulls his squad to within 2. Now the game's high score at 11 points. Coming off the bench for MVNU is number 40. Henry shot off the mark, rebounded by Lotzenheiser. That's David Delahunty, freshman forward at 6'6", 210. Columbia Station, Ohio. It's his hometown. Robert's going to check back in too. Vipperman's out of the game. You don't like that if you're an MVNU fan. He's been hot. Johnson's going to check back in for Jones. Austin Jones at 6'7", 205 from Winton Woods High School out of Cincinnati. Good basketball being played in Cincinnati. Good football as well. Arguably, Cincinnati, Ohio plays the best high school football in the Midwest. St. Francis just got a transfer QB from Grand Valley State, and he played his high school ball as Cincinnati Moeller. Of course, the Cougar football team back-to-back NAIA national champions. I've heard nothing about MVNU wanting to start up a football program as that pass is stolen in transition. Travel there. Henry going for the jump stop. But a lot of Division II football programs in Ohio, all those schools were NAIA about 15 years ago. You have Ohio Dominican and Tiffin, Walsh, Malone. Walsh and Malone just left NAIA, I think it was for the 2012 season. And they have not done well. They left the GLIAC. That's how much the struggles were in the GLIAC, trying to compete with those Michigan schools. White, no good. Johnson rebounds. Johnson coughs it up, but Knox is there to save him. Knox step back three-pointer, no good, left short. Roberts' putback's not there, but the freshman does, Delahunty. Still a 2-point ad for St. Francis. Coach Pat Donnelly and his wife Cinnamon in the house. So a timeout going to be called by head coach Chad Lacrosse. It's a 30-second timeout. Take a look here at the Indiana Wesleyan game. Folks, you're listening to the Cougar Marching Pride. Oh, it gets loud here in the hut. 28. Nope, 30-25 is your score. Wesleyan over Huntington. Bush now with 8 points. Mangus has 7. Okafor with 5 for Indiana Wesleyan. Jacob Johnson with 6. Jacob Johnson, the ultra athletic 3. 6'6". Good player for Indiana Wesleyan. Bush has 8 for Huntington. Connor Platt has 4. And Tyler Ahrens has 6. Currently in this game, Mount Vernon Naz now shooting 43% from the field, and the Cougars are shooting 41. Turnover by St. Francis. Knox rises up, triple, no good. Jevin Knox having a hard time finding the bottom of the cup as his struggles against St. Francis do continue. Knox now 1 of 5 from the field and 0 of 3 from beyond the arc. He does have 2 points in this one. Jeremiah Roberts up top with the defense on Heinen. Bryce down low, spin move, off glass is good for Bryce. That'll extend the Cougar lead to 4. Been back and forth scoring all game long. Biggest runs, 5 points. It's a triple and a 2. Johnson, left hand dribble drive, and charge going to be called on number 21. That'll be his 2nd and the team's 9th. Alex Johnson only averages 6.9 minutes played per game. Entering today, he averages 2 points per game. Taking a seat was Johnson, so help defense by Vipperman. It was good as he's able to get that ball away from Linnup. Paul, 3-pointer, no good. That ball just hung on the rim a little bit too long to where Evan Henry couldn't get the board. Floater by Vipperman's good. Vipperman's hot in this game with 13 points. Linnup with 11. Latzenheiser has it knocked away by Paul. That was picked up by Vipperman. Woo. So Vipperman's pass just a little bit too far out in front of Paul. Turnover by MVNU. Need those points off turnover. Heinen walled off by Knox. Long 3-point attempt. Hunter Hollowell from downtown drains it. Cougars now up 33-28. Sweet stroke by Hunter Hollowell. Now in the lane, Paul goes off glass. For Mr. Paul, that is just his first bucket of the game. 3-point ad for St. Francis. Bryce blocked from behind by Roberts with 15 seconds on the shot clock. They are paying extra attention to the 2-time All-American Bryce Linnup. Latzenheiser checks out. Compton back in. Bryce skip pass finds Hunter. Near wing. Henry out of the corner. Hollowell left hand dribble drive. Switches to the right as the floater is good. Coach Lacrosse going to call a timeout. And it is going to be a full 30-second timeout. as St. Francis leads it 35-30. Coach Cross quickly jumped off his seat to call that timeout. Saw an opportunity to teach. How about it? Hunter Hollowell. It's Derek Heinen. Hunter right there, 6 feet beyond the arc. These replays used to start right where you left the cursor, but there you go. Hand in his face, knocking it down. Hunter Hollowell. Good stuff. Back here, Knox. Johnson up top, finds Roberts. Inside 1 minute to play, Bipperman, the game's leading scorer, tried to switch to his right, but great defense being played there by Chandler White. Now Knox down low. You can see how quick he is. Cannot finish. Turner grabs the rebound. Jevin Knox just has a hard time getting going against your Cougars. Knox has got the defense on Henry. And that's Paul all the way out by the timeline with Compton. Compton. So much fun to watch, number 31. Good football player too in high school. Hollowell catch and shoot. That one's left short. Turner with the board, but they're going to call Steven over the back. Coach Across is absolutely cannot believe as Johnson had the contact. Steven called with the foul. .17 seconds remaining. See if the Cougars can take a 5-point lead in the half. Coach Renai going to call a timeout. 32nd. Update from Lucky Arena in Marion, Indiana. And your score is 34-32. Huntington pulls to within 2. Entering today, Michael Bush leading the Crossroads League with 11 double-doubles. That's the point guard, Michael Bush, for Huntington. Reggie Kisunal for Marion has 9. He didn't play when Marion came here at the Hut. I believe he was ineligible for the first semester via transfer, and now is playing in the second. But Bryce Linnep with 8 double-doubles, number 3 in the Crossroads League. And Chandler White with 7 double-doubles is tied for 4th in the Crossroads League. Paul, reverse lay-in, no good. Rebounded by Turner, and Hollowell just could not get that shot off in time. St. Francis will take the 35-30 lead into the break. We're going to take a 9-minute break up here in the booth. We will be back with you. You're watching Cougar Basketball, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine, the exclusive sports medicine provider for your Cougs.
Centers with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website, SummitCitySports.com. Live stream high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne area athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
With active science, just the overall objective of having better physical activity along with gaining knowledge and wisdom, it aligns with everything I stand for, with clear-eye view and having a determined belief, earned dreams and a focused vision.
So I got Grace the Magnificent here with me. So we're gonna go through a little activity. What I want you to do is try to get past me, NFL linebacker. You get past me, I'll do 10 jumping jacks. But if I tag you, then you do 10 jumping jacks, and then we'll flip it around and see if I can get past you, all right?
All right.
All right. Blue 42. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Two. Count it out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
While the expansion of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is enhancing the experience for athletes around the area, Parkview Sports Medicine is doing the same inside of the expansion, introducing the brand new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, providing immediate access to the entire PSM team for athletes all around the region.
We have this team that we can take care of them from the moment they come in, present with their injury, take them all the way through to the point where they're ready to be back to the performance level that they came in pre-injury. We can provide just about anything that any of your walk-in clinics provide, but we definitely focus on musculoskeletal issues.
The Ortho Express Clinic meets athletes where they're at and when they're playing. The entire PSM team will be at an athlete's fingertips. Additionally, the clinic houses the region's only DEXA body composition assessment and a sports dietitian who can work with athletes on their dietary needs.
Some athletes, it might be a difference in their starting position. They might see a number and say, wow, I had no idea that was my body composition. How can I change this? And sometimes just seeing numbers is more motivating than just talking about, maybe their calorie amount that they're taking in.
The advantage to having an Ortho Express Clinic is the diversity of the hours. So people who have non-traditional work schedules should be able to get in. I think having athlete access on the athletic trainer side in the trenches, so to speak, and having them be able to get a hold of us or maybe send us a note and saying, hey, this patient's coming in, this is what I'm worried about, and gives us a heads up.
Whether it's the use of treatment tables, the radiology room, cold whirlpool tank, or the traditional exam room, the Ortho Express Clinic gives patients a seamless experience all under one roof.
This is the type of facility you see in professional and high-level Division I athletics, where you have everything right in one place. So if an athlete gets hurt playing basketball or volleyball on the other side, within the same facility, they can get their physical therapy or an x-ray if needed, just to rule out a fracture. That's stuff you hear about in the NFL, stuff you hear about at high-level colleges where kids just went downstairs and got an x-ray at halftime. We can actually do that in-house now. So it makes us kind of a state-of-the-art, unique facility.
Pilates therapy is using the Pilates technique in a therapeutic way. Pilates itself is just using, we would use equipment, Pilates equipment, to work on precise movement patterns in the Pilates method in that rehabilitation process. The benefit of doing Pilates with the therapy, the biggest benefit is to work on smaller muscle groups and precise movement patterns that you're going to get with using the Pilates method. In this method, if you just come in with low back pain, or you have some shoulder pain, or you have some other pains that aren't surgically repaired, the Pilates method is very effective in utilizing those smaller muscle groups that are attached from the core into the shoulders or to the hips to strengthen from the inside out. It very much works posture. In this day and age, posture is a huge thing with people, sitting at desks, keeping the head forward.
Anybody can benefit from Pilates. Definitely athletes, performers, dancers, gymnasts, but you also people, chronic pain, back pain, shoulder pain, teenagers, even women going through pregnancy or postpartum can also benefit from Pilates.
Pilates is for everyone, and including men, especially men. Men get tight as they age, decrease in flexibility in the hamstrings, in their spine. Now you have many professional athletes doing Pilates, LeBron James, Jake Arrieta, Antonio Brown, and they're finding the benefits of getting the elongation of the muscles and the strengthening and the balance and the control that helps them during their sport. And we are the only clinic in Fort Wayne that services both physical therapy and Pilates at the same time, that you can get a Pilates-based rehabilitation.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hutzel Athletic Center, where St. Francis leads it 35-30 over Mount Vernon Naz. Looking at some of the halftime statistics here, leading all scorers is Brett Vipperman for MVNU. 13 points, 3 rebounds. He has 18 minutes and 33 seconds played. That's second best on the team, only to Jacob Paul's 19:07. So Vipperman, 13 points, 3 rebounds. Moss, 2 points, 1 board. Jacob Paul, 2 points, 1 rebound. Jeremiah Roberts, 3 points, 6 rebounds. Jevin Knox, 2 points, 1 rebound. Austin Jones, 2 points, 3 rebounds. Alex Johnson, 4 points, 2 rebounds. And David Delahunty played 1 minute and 26 seconds. He has 2 points and a board. Chandler White finished with 5 points, 3 rebounds for St. Francis in 13 minutes and 41 seconds played. Linnup, 11 points, 4 boards. Evan Henry, 3 points. Watsonheiser, 4 points. Derek Heinen with 2. Austin Compton, Hunter Hollowell with 5 points apiece for St. Francis. Evan Henry led the Cougars, playing the whole first half. MVNU shot 41% from the field on 12 of 29 shooting. 20% from beyond the arc on 2 of 10 shooting and 4 of 4 from the free throw line. St. Francis shooting 43% from the field, 12 of 28 shooting, 3 of 11 from three-point land, 27%, and 8 of 9 from the free throw line. Cougars shooting 89%. Mount Vernon Naz had 4 points off turnovers, 8 for St. Francis. Points in the paint, 18-16 St. Francis. Second chance points, 6-4 St. Francis. And points off the bench, each team with 10. The last field goal for Mount Vernon Naz came with 1:47 left to play in the first, and that was a lay-in by the point guard, Jacob Paul. St. Francis, last field goal came at 1 minute and 14 seconds, and that was a floater by Hunter Hollowell. The largest lead of the game for St. Francis was 7 points, and that was with 8:29 left to play in the first. The score was tied just one time in this game, and that was when Brett Vipperman hit a three-pointer 2 minutes in to tie the game up at 7 apiece. So, over at Indiana Wesleyan, the Wildcats lead it 39-34. They have 4:32 left to play there in the first half. Kyle Mangus leads all scorers with 14 points. Mangus is 6 of 10 from the field and 2 of 4 from beyond the arc for his 14. Joel Okafor has 7 points on 3 of 9 shooting. Jacob Johnson has 6 on 3 of 7 shooting. Evan Maxwell has 4 points. He's 2 of 8 from the field and has 6 rebounds. For Huntington University, Mike Bush has 11 points on 4 of 10 shooting from the field. He's 3 of 6 from beyond the arc and has 2 assists, 4 rebounds. Trevor Lockwood has 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting. Tyler Ahrens has 6 points on 3 of 5 shooting. Connor Platt has 6 points on 2 of 6 shooting. And Mason Coverstone, 2 points. He's 1 of 2 from the field. Huntington as a team shooting 47% from the field, Wesleyan at 41. Wesleyan's 5 of 15 from three-point land, Huntington's 3 of 8. Wesleyan's been to the free throw line just one time. And they're being out-rebounded 22-20. So with 1:19 left before the start of the second half, we'll take one more break. You're watching Cougar Basketball, brought to you by Fort Financial Credit Union.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.
Welcome back to the hut, everyone, as we start the second half. Jacob Paul getting it over to Brett Vipperman, the game's leading scorer currently with 13 points. Moss to Jeremiah Roberts, rises up, 17-footers, no good. Rebounded by Evan Henry. Evan there in the first half did not record a rebound, so that's his first of the game. Heinen down low, no good. Rebounded by Vipperman. Roberts finds Moss down low. White with the defense. Good move there by the big man, but it will not fall. Does get his rebound, and foul going to be called on Derek Heinen as he charged in after the rebound. for Derek. That's his second, team's first. The inbound, that'll be Paul, the point guard. Jacob Paul, once again, just a sophomore at 5'9", 175. The rebound by White, he's going to be fouled. Brett Vipperman called with the push. That's his second, team's first here in the second half. So the first 50 seconds, each team picking up a foul. Heinen brings it up for your Cougars. Rice, top of the key. Handoff goes to Heinen. Roberts playing tough defense on Derek in this game. Derek Heinen in the first half was 1 of 4 from the field. Nice strong take is good for Heinen. He'll head to the free throw line looking for the and one. Fouls called on Roberts. That's his first, team's second. Heinen looking to give his team an 8-point lead, does. Derek now with 5 points in this one as Paul gets it over the timeline. Schmitz did not score there in the first half. Foul's going to go against Linnup. That'll be his second, team second. Joe Schmitz did not even take a shot in the first half. Did not record a stat. Except for 8 minutes and 39 seconds played. Moss down low with the elbow. That's going to be, travel. That's a turnover by Moss. 9th turnover of the game for Mount Vernon Nash, just 3 for St. Francis. St. Francis, has 6 turnovers in this one. Rising up. Heinen from 16, no good. Gets his own rebound. The no-look goes to White. Latzenheiser's being guarded by the point guard, Paul. White facing up to the rim. That was last touch by Vipperman. Possession to stay with St. Francis. It'll be Derek Heinen on the inbound. Derek entering today, this team's second leading scorer, averaging 15.5 points per game while shooting 50% from the field. That goes on Moss. It does go on Moss, so that'll be his third, team's third. Cougars currently on a 4-0 run. Bryce in this game, perfect 3 of 3 from the free throw line. His first one is no good off the keel. Austin Jones is going to check into the game for MVNU, in for Moss. Second free throw attempt for the big man is no good. Now 3 of 5 from the free throw line is Bryce Linnup. Jones with the travel. So another turnover for Mount Vernon. Now they're in double digits with 10. Jevin Knox is going to check in here. Sat for the first 2:20. Henry for 3. Nice find by Bryce Linnup, one of the best passing bigs in the NAIA, as Henry drains it. Now an 11-point lead, the largest of the game for St. Francis. Currently on a 7-0 run, but Roberts is at the free throw line to shoot 2. Roberts shooting 77% from the free throw line, hitting 51 of 66 on the season. As that will stop the run. Roberts now with 5 points. Knocks them both down. 9-point advantage for St. Francis. Bryce lit up down low. Vipperman hands it off to Jevin Knox. Knox once again been guarded by Evan Henry. Just cannot get any separation. Spin move. 13-footer is good. Pretty move there by Knox. You can see how quick he is on the floor. Lotzenheiser. Once again, great passing by Bryce from the block. And I'll call it jump ball on that one as the MVNU fans wanted to travel. Johnson checks in for Jones. Heinen into Linnup. Bryce double team working against Johnson now. And foul going to be called on number 21. Trying to muscle up with Bryce. So Alex Johnson, that'll be his third. He's 2 of 2 from the field with 4 points and 2 rebounds. His third foul is 16-19 left to play. Bryce now with 14 points. That gives him a game high as Vipperman has 13. (45-34) your score. That's Paul. Man-to-man defense here for the Cougars. Vipperman working against Chandler White. Lotzenheiser going to be called with the foul on the help defense. Excuse me, it goes against Chandler White. The push in the back. Knocks out of the corner. Being guarded by Turner. Wide opens Vipperman for 3. He drains it. So Vipperman takes back the high scoring with 16 points. Roberts got tied up there on that pick. Just enough for Derek Heinen to drain the 3. (48-37), 11-point advantage for your Cougars. Knox left-hand take. Once again, just so fast on the floor, cannot finish. Rebounded by Heinen. So Jevin Knox now is 2 of 8 from the field. Charge going to be called on Chandler White. So that'll be his 3rd and the team's 5th. Today's game is brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine, the exclusive sports medicine provider for the Cougars.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby. plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, one website, summitcitysports.com. Live stream high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne area athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and summitcitysports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview.
We are back, folks. 48-37 your score with 15-14 left to play in this game. Winner advances to the Crossroads League Championship game. If Wesleyan beats Huntington, then Wesleyan will host. If we got a foul on number 33, Moss. Jeez. He steps on the floor and picks up a foul. He's got 4 now. So Moss going to leave the game with 4 fouls and 2 points. So if Indiana Wesleyan wins, then Wesleyan will host no matter who wins this game. If Huntington were to win, Huntington's the 5th seed, they could host MVNU or they would come to St. Francis. Heinen blocked by Roberts as Linup. Roberts looking down low now for Paul, had it knocked away by Henry. 14-30. Derrick blocked on the block by Johnson. And a jump ball going to be called. That was Paul and Henry. Entering today's game, Bryce Linup with 1,818 points under his belt. Henry with 1,305. Chandler White with 810. Throughout Bryce's career, he's averaged 13.3 points per game. Paul's being guarded by Austin Compton. Compton giving him a lot of cushion, but you can see he can close that gap very fast. Paul, left hand take. No good, off glass, rebounded by Linup. Nice outlet pass to Connor Lotzenheiser, who finishes with the easy deuce. Another great assist for Bryce Linup. Bryce, the best big man passer in the league, we like to say. 50-37 now, 13-point lead is the largest in the game. Johnson falling away with the right-handed hooks, no good. .15 seconds on the shot clock. Compton. Henry's going to come back to the near corner. Austin, once again, a beautiful scoop shot. Paul tried to do it on the other end. Compton showing him how it's done. So we'll have a timeout being taken by Jared Renai, a full timeout. You're watching Cougar Basketball, brought to you by Fort Financial Credit Union.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana. where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.
Back here at the hut, St. Francis shooting 47% from the field. Mount Vernon Nass slipping down to 38% on 14 of 37 shooting. Paul over the timeline. Schmitz still has yet to score in this game. He's the senior guard for MVNU. Schmitz he came in with Coach Renai, now in his senior season. Schmitz driving top of the key. Kick out goes to Johnson for 3, nails it at the buzzer. .20 left to play, 12-point advantage for St. Francis. Johnson now with 7 points. Good score for MVNU. As Bryce has it knocked away by Johnson. Bryce constantly being hounded down there on the block. As you would expect, Schmitz nearly coughed it up. He's able to get it out to Paul. Now Vipperman on the block. Nice spin move, goes up with the right. Brett Vipperman. Back-to-back buckets for MVNU. 50-42 is your score. Connor Lotzenheiser finishes and will head to the free throw line looking for the and one. Chandler White's going to check in. Heinen and Bryce Linup going to take a breather as we see Steven lined up right next to Vipperman. Hunter Hollowell now in for Lotzenheiser. .55-42 your score. Knox finds Johnson down low. Johnson was able to just back down Steven all the way to the cup. He now has 9 points, does Johnson. Still an 11-point advantage there. Schmitz, the contact on Hollowell, picks up his dribble. Chandler to Evan. Compton now 10 seconds on the shot clock. Paul with the defense on Compton. Austin fighting through the contact. Fall away's no good. Rebounded by Turner. Putback's no good. Vipperman with the board. Knox left hand take, and he's going to be bodied in the lane. Foul goes against Evan Henry. Inbound goes to Johnson. Knox, step back. Step back about 8 feet. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Vipperman, 12-footer is no good. Compton going the other way. Approaching 10 minutes left to play in this game. Cougars with a comfortable 55-44 lead. In our other game, it's 61-53, Indiana Wesleyan over Huntington with 11 minutes to play. Nice, strong move. Chandler White. Chandler now with 7 points as Johnson picks up the loose ball. Now it's Paul, left-hand dribble drive, good jump stop. (57-46). For Paul, that's his 4th point. Henry now on the near wing. Knox with the defense. Compton in the lane, looked for the scoop shot, was fouled by Johnson. That'll be his 4th. So number 21, Alex Johnson, entering today only averaging 6.9 minutes played per game. Boy, Coach Jared Renai is really needed Johnson in this one. First free throw for Austin Compton is good. He's now a perfect 4 of 4 from the charity stripe. (59-46) is your score. Compton's gonna check out. Heinen back in. Schmitz, Jones back in the game. Austin Jones for MVNU as Paul hits the triple. Paul starting to heat up here for Mount Vernon Nass. He's got 7 points. Last 2 MVNU buckets come from Jacob Paul. Heinen, good spin, and he's fouled. Derek Heinen now at 10 points. He reaches double figures and will head to the free throw line looking for number 11. Roberts back in the game for MVNU as Joe Schmitz takes a breather. (62-49). Jones back over Jevin Knox. Pass stolen by Chandler White in transition. Easy layup for number 10. Chandler White now at 9 points. Beautiful thievery there for Chandler. Steal the lane. Back over to Indiana Wesleyan where the Wildcats are up 66-56, 9:47 left to play. Jevin Knox heading to the free throw line. Foul going against Stephen Turner, his 2nd. Bryce 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. His 4 assists is game high. Knox cannot hit. This game remains at 64-59, 64-49, excuse me. Lit up, left hand take. Jones swats it out of bounds. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Once again, Wes Davenport, manager for the men's and women's basketball team, the football team, and volleyball team. Great job being a manager for the Cougs. Bryce working against Jones. Kick out goes to Heinen. Heinen lost the handle there for a second, but Hunter Hollowell wide open. Just left short. Nice hustle by Chandler White tracking down that rebound. As Jeff Leffers rises to his feet. Jeff Leffers, a great supporter of Cougar Athletics. Heinen's triple, that one's left short. Vipperman grabs it. St. Francis shooting 50% from the field, 22 of 44 shooting. And foul going to be called against Bryce Linup. It's going to be that or a travel by Jones. Bryce now has 3. It's the team's 8th. Austin Jones, his first trip to the charity stripe. He's 1 of 2 from the field. Evan Henry back into the game as Chandler White checks out. So Austin Jones sinks both of them, entering today a 71% free throw shooter. 64-51. Jevin Knox picks up his 2nd foul, team's 9th. Connor Lotzenheiser currently 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Chandler White back in for Hunter Hollowell. Front end, no good for Lotzenheiser. 6:50 left to play. 13-point advantage for St. Francis. Down low, Austin Jones. Right-handed hook shot left short, rebounded by Turner. Heinen. Good jump stop in the lane there. Was able to get that separation from Jevin Knox. Foul's going to go against number 22, Roberts. That's his 2nd. So Derek Heinen now will shoot 2 as the first one's good. Derek now 3 of 3 from the free throw line. He's got 12 points. Derek's 4 of 10 from the field. (66-51). Vipperman, they're going to call a foul on Chandler White. Contact. So for Chandler, that'll be his 4th foul. And Coach Chad Lacrosse is going to call a full timeout with 6:20 left to play. You're watching Cougar Basketball, brought to you by Fort Financial Credit Union.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.
as the Cougar marching pride. As Brett Vipperman's first free throw attempt is good. Bryce Linup checking back in for Stephen Turner. Vipperman now a perfect 5 of 5 from the free throw line. He's 6 of 9 from the field. He's got himself 18 points. Second one's no good, rebounded by Compton. St. Francis last played in the Crossroads League Tournament Championship game 2 years ago as Henry misses on the three-pointer. That was tracked down by Linup. St. Francis winning the Crossroads League Tournament regular season and tournament championship 2 years ago during that magical season of a program record 33 total wins. Cougars now with 9 turnovers in this game, 12 for Mount Vernon Naz. Vipperman being defended by Heinen. Goes off glass. Last 3 points of the game by Brett Vipperman. Pulls MVNU to within 12. So Bryce Linup once again will have one more opportunity. We're hoping this coming Tuesday to get a win at Lucky Arena in Marion, Indiana. Not an easy place to win. First free throw is good for Bryce. He's now 6 of 8. Bryce with 16 points. The last time he did not score in double digits was back on January the 13th, the overtime loss at Indiana Wesleyan. Bryce had 8 points in that one. Shot 3 of 11 from the field. Since then, his game high has been 28 points, and that was on the road at Goshen. Foul goes against Heinen, that's his 3rd. Got Big West down there. West, who won a gold medal at the Special Olympics back in the late 70s for Carroll High School. Joe Schmidt's checking out for MVNU. Looking at the NAIA National Tournament, Indiana Wesleyan, St. Francis Bethel sure to get in. Marion on the cusp. Ranked number 24, not sure if that first round loss in the CL is really going to hurt them. Crossroads League routinely has 4 teams down at Nationals, which are no longer down at Nationals because they're not in Branson. After 18 years of being in Branson, Missouri, it's now in Sioux Falls, Iowa. So you got the women at Sioux City and the men in Sioux Falls. Full timeout. You're watching Cougar Basketball, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for champions.
Welcome back, everyone. 68-56 is your score. Update at Indiana Wesleyan. It's the Wildcats up 80-73. They got 4:44 left to play. So they've jumped ahead of us. They were about a minute behind pretty much the whole second half. Vipperman. Three-pointer off the mark by Paul, rebounded by Evan Henry. Bryce Linup. If Indiana Wesleyan wins, this will be his last game at the Hut, along with Evan Henry, Stephen Turner, and Heinen. Heinen, beautiful no-look flip behind his back to Compton. Rising up for 3, Austin Compton knocks it down. Cougars rolling. (71-56). Right-handed jumper's no good for Vipperman. Foul goes on number 15, Jones, with the push. So once again, the Crossroads League, regarded as the top basketball conference in the country from top to bottom, routinely does get 4 teams to the national tournament on the men's side as Stephen hits the first free throw. St. Francis currently on a 5-0 run. Marion definitely with the 20-11 overall record. You can see them getting in, but after that, Spring Arbor's 20-11, but they're 8-10 in conference, plus playing without Paul Marindet now. I could not see a situation where the NAIA puts them in. Vipperman now has 23 points. Jevin Knox has 4. Jevin Knox is the team's leading scorer. He's a freshman, 2 of 8 from the field and 0 of 3 from beyond the arc. So the foul goes on Roberts. That'll be his 3rd as Derek Heinen heads back to the free throw line. St. Francis next year will welcome in Jalen Mall from point guard from Blackhawk Christian, along with Brandon Johnson, ultra-athletic guard from Northside. 76 now, 78. 76, 58, excuse me. Watching Cougar basketball brought to you by Fort Financial Credit Union.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.
(76-58), 3:29 left to play. St. Francis Bryce Linup is on the Bevo Francis Award watch list as Knox hits the three. Full court pressure now by MVNU as the Cougars break. Good trap by Vipperman at half court. 15-point advantage for St. Francis. Cougar cheerleaders are in competition at Santa Heights University today in the NAIA Regional Qualifier. Last year, the Cougar cheerleading program under the guidance of Coach Jeremy Elder finished national runner-up. The year before, they finished number 5 at the NAIA National Competitive Cheer Meet, and that was just the first year of competitive cheer competition for St. Francis. Compton's at the free throw line. So the Bevo Francis Award list, Linup is one of 100 players identified from small college basketball as among the best in the United States. So on the football side, we had Pearson Harnish, who was up for the Small School Defensive Player of the Year award. He did not win that award. But here, the Clarence Bevo Francis Award is presented annually to the player who has had the finest overall season within small college basketball. Considerations will be a season, statistics, and individual achievements, awards, personal character, and team achievements. This is an incredibly prestigious award, as this award will only be given to one player within small college basketball per season. So definitely want to keep an eye out on that. They will publish a watch list of 50 players on February the 15th and 25 players on March the 15th. So we'll look out for the 25 players on March the 15th. Then on March the 31st, they will release the finalists. They will draw that one out just a bit. 78-61 after Compton hits both its free throws. Billy Doslack into the game, looked at the triple. Billy, a junior from Granger, Indiana. Compton cannot hit on the scoop shot. Paul quickly up to Schmitz, has it intercepted by Heinen, and they're going to call a travel. Derek tried to call the timeout there before his foot touched the floor. They wouldn't give it to him. They gave him the travel. Looked legit to me. Linup is the career rebounding leader here at St. Francis. He's the only player in the program's history to record 1,000 points and 1,000 rebounds. It's quite a task. Vipperman cannot finish through the contact. We'll head to the charity stripe once again. Brett Vipperman is 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Turner gets called with the foul. It'll be his third. Update from Lucky Arena, 86-75, 1:21 left to play. Vipperman now with 24 points. Bryce, another superb shooting day. He's 5 of 9 from the field, 7 of 9 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds and 4 assists, 17 points for Linup. Henry doing a great job. It's like a wide receiver on the football team crowding that ball. Foul going to go against Vipperman as Billy Doslack's going to head to the charity stripe for 2 free ones. So Jevin Knox shooting Mount Vernon Naz to an upset victory at Bethel, scoring 39 points. Checking into the game is going to be Michael Logan, Devin Tennant, Conlon Martin, and James Mabry. As the Cougar fans show their appreciation with a round of applause. 24 seconds left. Wesleyan up 89-75. We will be traveling to Marion, Indiana, to take on the Wildcats. Last time St. Francis won in that gym was during the 2015-2016 regular season. That was Linnup's sophomore year. Linnup and Henry. Knox hits another triple. Too little, too late, though, for the fabulous freshman, Jevin Knox. But MVNU fans will have the pleasure of watching him play for 3 more years as he'll pack on some LBs in the weight room. Foul goes against Paul. Always exciting to see a talented freshman in the Crossroads League. And between Jevin Knox and Kyle Mangus from Indiana Wesleyan, the future is bright in the CL. Doslack misses on the first. Billy's got 3 points in this game. Hits the second. 80-66 now with 1:20. Knox just needs to get a 3-pointer off. Paul, another strong take, finishes. Maybury with the defense. Paul now with 9 points on 3 of 14 shooting from the field. Bryce Linnup's 4 assists, still a game high. Timeout going to be called by Coach Jared Renai from MVNU. 30-second timeout here with 1:03. That's the final. Wesleyan wins it 90-77. Kyle Mangus, game high 26 points, 11 of 18 from the field, 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Jacob Johnson, 17 points. Evan Maxwell, 15 points on 6 of 20 shooting. Joel Okafor with 10 points. Connor Platt ended up with 21 points for Huntington on 8 of 14 shooting from the field, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. Zach Owens had 12 points. Mike Bush finished with 19 points. He had 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 4 of 8 from beyond the arc, and 7 of 18 from the field. Trevor Lockwood, 4 of 6 from the field, 6 rebounds, 9 points. And Tyler Ahrens had 12 points for Huntington, 6 of 13 from the field. So Wesleyan, seems like they're always in the Crossroads League tournament championship game under Coach Greg Tonigal. 2 years ago, the Wesleyan folks were telling me that, well, Wesleyan's got a football team now. They got their hand-picked home opener against Taylor University, as they will not be playing Robert Morris or Marion or St. Francis next year in their first season, even though Marion and St. Francis are in their conference. But Indiana Wesleyan will not be playing them. They will be playing Taylor for their first football game. But 2 years ago, they were saying how they were hoping Wesleyan could become like a Valpo or a Butler, to where they got Division I basketball and non-scholarship football. We got beautiful facilities there as Conlon Martin sinks both free throws. Conlon, a true freshman. He's the son of Coach Todd Martin. Conlon now on the season is 4 of 5 from the charity stripe, shooting 80%. That foul's going to go on Devin Tennant. Tennant had a memorable game here at the Hut against Bethel. St. Francis won that game 72-70. Both Stephen Turner and Bryce Linnup had fouled out. Second one is good. Knox now 12 points. Quick foul, this time on Michael Logan. Yeah. Good job by David Delahunty with the duck there. Logan was trying to pass that ball up to the official. The officials for today, Brad Klaus, Brian Shore, and David George. First one is good for Michael. Logan averages 1.8 minutes played. He shoots 42% from the field on 5 of 12 shooting, and he's now 2 of 4 from the free throw line on the season. Paul steps on the baseline. That is the 19th turnover for MVNU. Oops, excuse me, I had the Huntington stat still up. That is the 13th turnover. That's much better. High school sectional basketball starts up next week here in the state of Indiana. Mayberry's first free throw is no good. That's his first free throw attempt on the season. James averages 2.2 minutes played per game as he hits the second. Paul's three-pointer's no good. Tracked down by Schmitz. Schmitz rises up for three. That one's way off the mark. Mayberry with the board. Foul going against Delahunty. Pretty chilly here in the Hut. Up here in the Crow's Nest, our last broadcast of the season. We will travel with the team to Indiana Wesleyan on Tuesday. We'll have highlight videos for you. Send highlights back to the news station as Jared Renai and Joe Schmitz have a big hug there on the sideline. Mayberry now has 3 points. Shot clock is off. Ooh, nice finish with the right hand for Jay Joseph. So 87-73 should do it here. Your leading scorer for the Cougars is Bryce Linnup with 17, Derek Heinen with 16, and Austin Compton with 14. We'll head down to talk with Coach Cross.
Evan did a great job. I mean, we couldn't take him off the floor. I mean, he played the whole first half. I think we got him one blow, probably with about 10 minutes to go in the game, but did a great job, and he was engaged and just made him uncomfortable all game. And you know, for him coming off a 39-point game at Bethel, I thought I mean, he's a heck of a player. So really proud of our defensive effort tonight. You know, there for a while, especially the first half, either one of us could score. It seemed like, and we struggled a bit, but there I thought in the second half we kind of got things rolling.
Heading back to Indiana Wesleyan for the Crossroads League Championship game, your thoughts? I think the last time we beat Wesleyan was in the Crossroads League Championship game 2 years ago right here at the Hut, so another exciting opportunity. It's always a fun place to play.
Yeah, I mean, two great teams going head-to-head, so it'll be fun, you know. I mean, anytime you get an opportunity to play for a championship, that's what you want. So we're excited. Obviously, we'll celebrate this one for a few hours and get to work, and you know, we got to find a way to beat them. And they're a good team, and they're playing well right now. But you know, I feel like we have a pretty good team as well. So we just need to go down there and play with confidence.
And Coach, last time you were down there, that was the last time that Bryce didn't score in double digits. He had 8 points. But what do you see Bryce doing differently down there, the team, on Tuesday?
Well, hopefully scoring more than 8 points, you know. But no, I mean, we have a number of different guys that can play and score. I mean, you think about the opportunities that we had to win that game and send it to overtime with Bryce scoring 8. So, like I said, we just need to go down there and play our style of basketball and play with confidence and get after it defensively and see what happens.
Okay, Coach, congratulations. A great game. Once again, Coach Across and the Cougs heading back to the Crossroads League Tournament Championship. We're going to go grab Bryce. So Bryce Linup once again finishing with 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He had a team-high 17 points. Bryce, congratulations, a great victory here. Your thoughts, your last game at the Hut?
Oh, man, it's crazy. I've had a blast here over the 4 years. Had some great teams come through here, and I think this can be one of them as well.
Absolutely. You get a chance to go back to Marion, Indiana, Lucky Arena, to take on Indiana Wesleyan. The last time we beat Wesleyan was in the Crossroads League Tournament Championship game 2 years ago. Your thoughts on that rematch?
Yeah, it'll be a great game. It's always close whenever we play them. We just want to come in there. Last time we feel like they kind of took one from us earlier this season down there at their place. So we want to come there, and we really want to set the tone from the jump and come out with a win.
You know, obviously Wesleyan, they have no shortage of bigs on that team. You're going to match up with Evan Maxwell, the 6'10" transfer from Kansas. What do you think about that matchup with him? I mean, obviously you like to go against the best. You're a 2-time All-American. You are one of the best in the country, but it's a special matchup. How do you approach it?
Yeah, it's a great matchup. He poses a lot of problems because he's good inside, and then he can stretch the floor as well. So we just have to be really great on our defense, our rotations, and just know what we want to do.
And lastly, you and Evan Henry came in together, the Columbus connection, I like to call you. Evan had another great game today, locking down Knox here, who had 39 points the game before against Bethel. But your thoughts, you know, leaving the floor here with Evan as well.
Yeah, man. 4 years ago when we came in together, we wanted to accomplish a lot. We had big goals. We wanted to win a lot of games here, and we've accomplished that. We really want to take another big step and win this game on Tuesday at another conference championship under us. I think me, him, Billy, and Austin are the only ones that have one right now. So we want to give one of those to the younger guys and get one for ourselves as well.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Bryce. That's Bryce Linup. His last game here at the Hut. We get the victory 87-73, but boy, are you going to miss 2 guys in Bryce Linup and Evan Henry. This Tuesday, we will go to Indiana Wesleyan. Once again, like we said, it's 2 years ago, almost to the day, the last time we beat Wesleyan. But that's what you want. You want to play against the best. Coach Across and his team will do that. We're going to go over a few of the stats here, the finals. Bryce Linup, 5 of 9 from the field, 7 of 9 from the free throw line. Bryce with 17 points. Austin Compton with 14 points, 3 of 7 from the field. Derek Heinen with 16 points. Those are your 3 Cougars in double-digit scoring. St. Francis did shoot 49% from the field, 24 of 49. MVNU 25 of 56, shooting 45% from the field. They were led by Brett Vipperman, who had a game-high 27 points. A very good player for MVNU, and he will be back next year. Jevin Knox, the fabulous freshman, finished with 12 points. Jacob Paul with 10. Jacob Paul 4 of 15 shooting from the field. Knox was 4 of 10. Folks, thanks so much for joining us. Another great season broadcasting here from the Hut. Congratulations to Coach Lacrosse and the team making it back to the Crossroads League Championship Tournament Championship game. The first time since the 2015 and 16 season 2 years ago. So we had Matt Runyon on the camera. My name's Jeff Mahoney. Until next year, folks, have a wonderful rest of the weekend.